Hello everyone, my name is Abishai and today I'll be taking a personality test. Hooray! Now, if you don't know what a personality test is, I don't blame you. I was actually first confused about everything. But, since my Wi-Fi is back after being dead for 2 days, why not? So, the first question is, the first subject is you enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. Now, this one really depends on what kind of events. Like social events, does it mean like cosplay? Maybe like a Halloween kind of event where you bring a lot of friends with you? But for now, I'll just go on medium because I don't really enjoy going to a place with a lot of people, but I enjoy being with a lot of people that I know for a long time and that I've cared for. So you often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. I would lie if I said I didn't, but it's not that much. Your travel plans are most likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. No, I mean, I'm the one who's like just trying to go to the US at this point. I'm actually like planning everything. Looks like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. I wouldn't say it's too detailed, but it kind of is. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. Not gonna lie, I do. Like, sorry, I had to check the microphone. I do, and I don't know what's wrong with me, but yeah, that's just me being like super about it. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. Yes, actually. I could care less about solving the problem. As long as they're okay, I will be there for them. But I'm not always on, so I wouldn't say I'm always like very happy to support them. I mean, okay, like I'm always like thinking about something like sad or angry or like just normal thoughts, and I just like one time to myself most of the time. Sometimes when like someone is really sad and I care about them too much, I will drop everything what I'm doing to just support them. So I guess technically, but there's also time where I was actually like just like I was online. I did check their like messages, but at one point, one time, I didn't help them. So I guess I'm to an agree. People can rarely upset you. That is a lie. It's not much, but people can. What's next? Is there nothing else? Oh, that was only 10%. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Oh, okay. Now this one is gonna be a bit tough. So, I'm the guy that starts and keeps conversations going, and it's extremely tiring being the one who has to take charge of it. So, I'm now like back then I would be like, nah. Now I'm just like, heck yes. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. Absolutely, absolutely. I always do that. I always like put my plans on hold for other people or for for other reasons, and I think I sometimes get tired of just like putting everything on hold. So I always try to go back to it and I try to complete it. So yes, actually maybe not that much, but yeah. You rarely worry if you make a good impression on someone you met. Just like someone you just met? Okay, I don't care about what people view me as. So not really. I guess. It'd be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. Not exactly. I actually can spend the whole weekend by myself and feel very, very not bored. I mean, I have YouTube. I have games. I can easily... I'm an introvert, in a way of saying. I prefer meeting people online instead of in person. The other question is, you are more of a detailed or oriented than a big picture person. Depends. You're more of a detailed oriented than a big picture person. Huh. I wonder what that means. Like, I get more details about it? Or like, I think about something instead of like planning or something? I have no idea, so I'm gonna have to say that. You are very affectionate with people you care about. Yes. Well, that depends though. Like, are we talking about crushes, or are we talking about like just friends, or like very close friends, or like brothers and sisters? I don't know, but you know, I've been very affectionate to a lot of people lately, so yes. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. Yes, not much, not too okay, but it's a little bit, so yeah. You're still bothered by the mistakes you made long time ago. Yes, of course, I am. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Oh, like, am I gonna be like away from people? Yes, absolutely. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. Not really. No. I mean, I understand it's hard. So yeah. Like literally, I'm the guy that lets my own emotions guide me apparently, and you know, and I think about it for a while now, and I have got along with a lot of people who've done the same thing as me. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. No, if I want to see a movie, I just see it immediately. But sometimes my mother does that. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. I can. Though I get stressed. If I get too overstressed, if I get too overwhelmed, I cannot stay calm. So it's a no and a yes. So it's a neutral. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation. Now, this one I don't really particularly mind if anyone were to jump into my conversations while I'm talking. I mean, I will get a bit annoyed because like if I'm talking about something important and someone just jumps in the call and it's like, hey guys, well, like while I'm talking about something important, I'm just gonna be like, oh my god, I almost forgot what I was about to say. And you know, that's about it. So I strongly disagree. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. I don't strongly agree, but it is an agree. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. No, that is not okay. I prefer to play it fair, except when people make enemies of me. Trust me, a lot of people have. And I thought back then it was so hard to make an enemy out of me. Truly, it is very easy. I don't strongly disagree because I have like sent spies back then on my enemies. You know, like, well, apparently some people back then in the wars would do. I haven't sent any spies on my enemies recently. I don't even plan to. So I guess that's a disagree, like strongly one. That's a strongly disagree. You are dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. I wish that was true, but you know, people can distract me a lot easily. My mother distracts me from important editing things, and you know, sometimes whenever my friends are in need of help, like recording, or they want to talk because they're sad, I literally have to drop everything. So it's a disagree. Not strongly disagree, but it's a disagree. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. I strongly I strongly agree. I don't know, there's something wrong with me. That's why I always doubt myself. At a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Yes, I strongly agree on that one. I don't like meeting new people. What can I say? It's really, I don't know what to say to them. It's like, I worry I might, you know, insult them accidentally. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. I strongly disagree. I don't. If anyone wants to talk to me about it, heck, I will more than be happy just to talk about something very philosophical. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. I tried to, but I did, even if I don't like to. So, I less disagree. Not much. I barely disagree, I guess, in a way. No, yeah, barely disagree, because I tried to fight back the tears, but I always cry in the end if I get too overwhelmed. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than more quiet and intimate ones. Not really, but then again, I've always gone to the mall, and the mall is always like crowded with people. So, this. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Yeah, actually I do. Thinking about it, I've talked to Daria, like, a lot of things, philosophical, and what the future will look like, so I strongly agree. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. People shouldn't, and I know this for a fact, it's not like my friends told me, but I know that you should listen to your brain instead of like your heart. Like, you have to think about what you're doing first, especially when it's life-changing choices. But I don't strongly agree, I don't less agree, and I don't disagree or stay neutral. I agree. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. I don't know what this means, but if it's like something like what my school has taught me, I'm gonna have to say neutral. I don't disagree, I don't agree. It's just like that. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. Do I have to say anything else? You often make decisions on a whim. What does whim means? Hold on, I need to do something. I am back. I accidentally just stopped recording. But anyway, let's get back to it. You often make decisions on a whim. No, it's a neutral. I wish, and I sometimes wish not, so yeah. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being the more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. That's a lie. As much as I wish that was true, that's a lie. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or message of a song or movie. Yes, I strongly agree. You always know exactly what you want. Kinda. You barely think about the wait, hold on. Let me go back. You always know exactly what you want. I don't actually. So no. You really think back on the choices you have made and wonder what you could have done differently? You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. Technically, I've done that to this one. So, and I strongly disagree on this one, actually. Because I always think about, what could I have done differently? Sometimes, when I have a recent fight with my friends, I always okay, I could have maybe not talked about that, saved them the trouble. Anyway, when in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. Oh yeah, I agree. It's unavoidable. And sometimes I do go to crowded areas just because technically it says usually. And usually doesn't mean all the time. So yeah, I do. Whenever I can, I will. Tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. I disagree. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Now this one is like a disagree and agree thing. I can agree what most of my friends feel. Because I've been there before. I know their pain. And sometimes, as a leader, you rather yourself feel the pain and prevent them from feeling the same thing you feel and what you went through. So, no. But then, sometimes you have maybe a crush and you don't even know if she's going through something and you yourself is going through something and you will not be able to understand her. But it says often. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. So I'm just gonna say disagree. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. Not really. I always give my co-directors any ideas, and they would give me back ideas, and they can help decide and everything. So I don't just put up. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means. Well, technically, sometimes I do prefer to make many decisions like without anyone knowing. I do just like decide on what I want. I don't know. I keep changing a lot of the story for Nation's Acts. I didn't even know what I want, and there were like I kept changing the plan for the season 1 finale, and I think, and me and Braden talked about a lot of stories for like not sorry. We talked about a plan for the original version of episode 2, but I decided, hey, I don't think that's gonna work out. I didn't tell him, and I just, I changed episode 2 plot without him knowing. I will tell him though. I hope he understands. It's not much, but yeah, I agree. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. Yes! It's common. You can ask Paper, Connor, Jossie. It happens a lot. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. No, I don't. I don't feel comfortable. I don't know what I don't know what you mean by that. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Yes. You look after yourself first and others come in second. Disagree. I always put others first before my own needs. And that's not healthy. The only time I put myself first before anyone was when I was like hurting myself, when I was, trying to drink poison or like cut my wrist or like hang myself. Hold on. I guess that's better. It's more realistic if I choose this one more than this one, because on this subject this one's more correct. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. Yes. I thought about it for a moment because like I was like trying to figure out what I did yesterday and today. I planned a lot of things by the time. Like my electricity was not my Wi-Fi, not electricity. My Wi-Fi wasn't working, and I was like, okay, I'll just busy write down plots, and I did. And I read some books, and normally I do that whenever like I'm supposed to do that with like for myself, like whenever like I'm about to go to bed. Just like write plots first, then read some books, then go to bed. No, it's instead me being awake on the computer, listening to music, watching some videos, preparing stuff for the series. It's not healthy. Your mood can change very quickly. I strongly agree. I have no idea. My mood swings have been all over the place. Normally I can understand what's going on and like warn people, but nah. It's now like just like, oh, I'm feeling sad now. Oh wait, no, now I'm angry. Oh wait, what am I feeling right now? Is this like flustered? You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Yes, actually. You talk about, well, not too much, but yeah. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. You can ask my crush, and you don't even know who she is, but you could ask her, and you know what? She can agree with me on this one. I do often talk about my feelings and emotions, even if she's too sensitive about it. You have got detailed education or career several years in the future. I don't actually. I mean, it could change as time goes on. But so I'm just gonna do this. You rarely dwell. You rarely dwell on your regrets. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but not really. If I regret something, I regret it. Or wait, does it mean like I still feel regrets? Huh. I'm gonna just say no. I'm just gonna put that there. Spending time in a dynamic, because I mean, it could go either way, and sometimes my mood swings make it harder for it anyway. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. Yes. Trust me, like, I prefer being near a fire exit where there's like no people compared to a single bathroom. Not bathroom, like restroom. And you know, that's like, I don't think a lot of people like compare the two. You see yourself more of a realist than a visionary. Not really. I know I visioned a lot of things, but I do sometimes think of myself as a realist. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. You know, you find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you've never have. Not really. I disagree. I do feel bad for them, but I feel more empathize with someone who has gone through something that I have been gone through. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. Ah, it actually could go either way. Actually, now that I think about it, I mean, I organize a lot of things, but sometimes I just like go with the flow, or I take too long to dwell and figure something out. So you know, your that one of them says gender. I have no idea. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I think everyone's emotions control us more than when we control them. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. Technically, not true. It's a disagree. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancements could change everyday life. No, I don't. I strongly disagree. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Hold on, let me read that again. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Oh, is it like you think about your actions and how it affects other people before like you do what you do? Kinda. You still honor the commitments you have made even if you have a change of heart. Unfortunately, true. You really feel insecure. Nah, that's a disagree. Your gender, male. See results. And I'm gonna cut that there. Welcome back, everyone. I didn't really do much. I just had to grab some water. You know, I just read a bit of some prehistoric birds. Quite literally. Anyway. Your personality type is advocate, INFJ underscore. Wait, what? Maybe underscore T. Mine. This trait determines how we interact with our environment. I am introverted. I think that's a bit obvious. Energy. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. I'm intuitive. And this trait determines how we make decisions to cope with emotions. Feeling instead of thinking. Pretty obvious, okay. Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. Judging seems about right. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decision. Assertive, by the way, if anyone doesn't know, assertive means that you easily gain confidence. This means turbulent means that you don't get confidence easily. Or at all, at most cases. Start reading. Sure. I took a personality test, hold on. Oh wait, do I have to pay? You know, let's just continue. Personality. Hold on, what's? Oh, okay. Introduction. The advocate INFJ personality type is defined as having the introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging traits. This combination makes these personalities stand out uniquely with a quiet, principled version of humanism. They think and feel with a depth that brings challenges as well as opportunities. Quote, treat people as if they were what they ought to be and you help them to become what they are capable of being. End quote. By Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. I don't know if I said that right, but you know, that's a name and sometimes the names get confusing. Advocates are the rarest personality types of all. Still, advocates leave their mark on the world. They have a deep sense of idealism and integrity, but they aren't ideal dreamers. They take concrete steps to realize their goals and make a lasting impact. Advocates' unique combination of personality traits makes them complex and quite versatile. For example, advocates can speak with great passion and conviction, especially when standing up for their ideals. At other times, however, they may choose to be soft-spoken and understand, preferring to keep the peace rather than challenge others. Standing up for what's right. Advocates generally strive to do what's right, and they want to help create a world where others do the right thing as well. People with this personality type may feel called to their strengths, including creativity, imagination, and sensitivity, to uplift others and spread compassion. Concepts like, I don't know how to say that, egalitarianism, whatever, and karma can mean a great deal to advocates. Advocates may see helping others as their purpose in life. They are troubled by injustice and they typically care more about altruism than personal gain. As a result, advocates tend to step in when they see someone facing unfairness or hardship. Many people with this personality type also aspire to fix society's deeper problems. I do actually. In the hope that unfairness and hardship can become things of the past. Nothing lights up advocates like creating a solution that changes people's lives. I also apologize first before I continue. I'd like to apologize everyone. I don't know, I guess like I haven't like recorded anything for a while, so my voice is kind of like scrappy and like I'm terrible at everything, and like I don't know how to pronounce and what they are, like what the meaning has, so I apologize for that. Anyway, continuing on to not story, to my whatever this is, the INFJ personality. Connecting with others and themselves. Advocates may be reserved, but they communicate in a way that is warm and sensitive. This emotional honesty and insight can make a powerful impression on the people around them. Very true, actually. Not kinda, it's very true. Advocates value deep, authentic relationships with others, and they tend to take great care of other people's feelings. That said, these personalities also need to prioritize reconnecting with themselves. That's true. I always need time for myself. Advocates need to take some time alone now and then to decompress, recharge, and process their thoughts and feelings. Yep, basically. I mean, how do you expect me to like be entirely happy when everyone's just spamming me, like saying, Abby, 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 just look at this, look at this. I'm just like, okay. You know, I sacrifice my own happiness for other people, and you know, apparently I'm called the jerk. I'm apparently considered as the uncaring one. Okay. Okay. The cost of success. At times, advocates may focus so intently on their ideals that they don't take care of themselves. Okay? Advocates may feel that they aren't allowed to rest until they've achieved their unique vision of success. But this mindset can lead to stress and burnout. If this happens, people with this personality type may find themselves feeling uncharacteristically ill-tempered. Oh, I could see myself as that, okay. Advocates might find themselves feeling especially stressed in the face of conflict and criticism. Boy, that is very true. Very true. As much as I don't want to be, I'm having to be honest and say that's true. I don't know why, but these personalities tend to act with the best of intentions, and it can frustrate them when others don't appreciate this. It does. It very as well does make me frustrated. You know, like I do something good, like for my crush. She made it look like I made a mistake, and made me feel like a roach. You know, I felt very upset at them that they didn't appreciate what I did. At times, even constructive criticism may feel deeply personal or hurtful to advocates. Yeah, that's very true actually, if I think about it. A personal mission. Many advocates feel compelled to find a mission for their lives. When they encounter inequity or unfairness, they tend to think, how can I fix this? They're well suited to support a movement to right a wrong, no matter how big or small. Advocates just need to remember that while they are busy taking care of the world, they need to take care of themselves too. I think I don't really focus on myself on that. Advocates you may know: Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Marie Kondo, Lady Gaga, Nicole Kidman, Morgan Freeman. You know, that's probably more. I prefer Morgan Freeman more than just seeing all like most of them is female, I think. There's more females than males. Okay, never mind. There's Goat, Jon Snow, Game of Thrones, literally says so in his name. James Wilson, Aragon, Lord of the Rings. This is also Lord of the Rings. Galadriel, Tom Kirkman. Sounds like. What was his name? Robert Kirkman. Sounds like the creator of Walking Dead. Rose Bukater, Titanic. Desmond Hume, Aramis, Michael Scofield. That's a lot of people. Oh, never mind. Atticus Finch, To Kill a Mockingbird. Matthew Murdock. Okay, I want to know why on this one real quick. Yeah, why? Okay, apparently cannot see that. You know, I'm kind of interested in Martin Luther King and why. The civil rights movement in the U.S. I see. I see. But yeah, I apparently resemble, not resemble. My personality is the same as Morgan Freeman and apparently Lady Gaga. Oh my god. Okay, you know, that's it for the advocates that you may know and long essay of my advocate self. Okay, so time to look at my strengths and weaknesses. Advocate strengths. I guess let's learn what I'm good at first before looking at my cons. Creative. Advocate personalities enjoy finding the perfect solution for the people they care about. To do this, they draw on their vivid imaginations and their strong sense of compassion. This can make them excellent counselors and advisors. Insightful. Advocates typically strive to move past appearance and get to the heart of things. This can give them an almost uncanny ability to understand people's true motivations, feelings, and needs. Principled. People with the advocate personality type tend to have deeply held beliefs, and the conviction often shines through when they speak or write about subjects that matter to them. Advocates can be compelling and inspiring communicators, with their idealism persuading even the hardest of skeptics. Passionate. Advocates can pursue their ideals with a single-mindedness that may catch others off guard. Oh, something dropped. Okay, now I got that up. These personalities rarely settle for good enough, and their willingness to disrupt the status quo may not please everyone. That said, advocates' passion for their chosen cause is a key aspect of their personality. Altruistic. Advocates generally aim to use their strengths for the greater good. They rarely enjoy succeeding at other people's expense. They tend to think about their actions affect others, and their goal is to behave in a way that will help the people around them and make the world a better place. Advocate weaknesses. Sensitive to criticism. When someone challenges their principles or values, advocates may react strongly. People with this personality type can become defensive in the face of criticism and conflict, particularly when it comes to issues that are near to their hearts. Romance, or like, are you talking about like feelings or what? Reluctant to open up. Advocates value honesty, but they're also private. They may find it difficult to open up and be vulnerable about their struggles. I wouldn't. Well, technically, that's true. I have a lot of people in my cast that offer to really like be like a ranting bag where I can just talk to them and just like rant to them. But I've never really gone to them. Instead, I go to my crush and I tell her that I want to kill myself while I hurt myself. And then like I tell her like what I feel and what I'm thinking, and sometimes it's just like, and sometimes I guess by that kind of reason she always like assumes that I not really care about her or something, that I'm playing games. This might also be because they think they need to solve their problems on their own or don't want to burden other people with their issues. I remember the first time I talked to Aziz about that. Yes. When advocates don't ask for help, they may inadvertently hold themselves back or create distance in their relationship. Oh my god, that's what I did with my crush. I did. Literally, there was like voices in my head telling me to push her away. And I did. I successfully did push her away. So, yay for me. I don't know why I'm laughing. Maybe because I'm reading about myself and I'm like understanding a bit more about myself, and like knowing that this can be honestly truthful. There's some things that I don't understand, but most of the time when I can understand something, it's always like honest and like right, it just hits right off the mark, and I'm just like, oh dang. Perfectionistic. The advocate personality type is all but defined by idealism. While that is a wonderful quality in many ways, an ideal situation is not always possible. Advocates might find it difficult to appreciate their jobs, living situations, or relationships if they're continually fixating on imperfections and wondering whether they should be looking for someone better. I'm not gonna lie, I do actually. Sometimes like you want someone to understand you. You want someone that, you know, appreciates you. You want someone that will not abandon you when you like tell them something sensitive, like something so sensitive, even if they are sensitive. That's what like I imagine. I still love her, but that's the ugly truth, and that's just how it works. Avoiding the ordinary. Advocate personalities tend to be motivated by a sense of having a greater purpose in life. They might consider it tedious or unnecessary to break their big visions into small, manageable steps, but they may be setting themselves up for frustration if they don't turn their dreams into everyday routines and to-do lists. Without these specifics, their goals may never be materialized. Prone to burnout. Advocates for perfectionism and reserve may leave them with a few options for letting off steam. People with this personality type can exhaust themselves if they don't find a way to balance their drive to help others with unnecessary self-care and rest. Romantic relationships, okay. Now that the strengths and weaknesses are done, let's go to relationships, dating. Apparently, that's a great name. Romantic relationships. Quote start. I mean, I don't know why I said. It's like sounds like a game. Quote: Love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Quote, end quote. Nelson Mandela. I said that name correctly. Advocates tend to take the process of finding a romantic partner seriously. People with this personality type look for depth and meaning in their relationships, performing not to settle for a match that's founded on anything less than true love. It can take time for advocates to find a compatible partner. Some people might think advocates are too choosy, and it's true that these personalities can have unrealistic expectations. Some advocates might hold out for a perfect partner or relationship that ultimately doesn't exist. That said, advocates' idealism, if balanced with just enough realism can actually enhance their love lives. Advocate personalities tend to be in touch with their core values, so they care about compatibility as well as surface level attraction. This can help them avoid matches that aren't founded on authenticity or shared principles. Once advocates do find a suitable relationship, they rarely take it for granted. Instead, they tend to look for ways to grow as individuals and strengthen their connection with their partner. This can help advocates' relationships reach a level of depth and sincerity of which many people can only dream. Is this for real? Advocates care about integrity, and they tend to bristle when people try to change them or talk them into something that they don't believe. As a result, advocate personalities gravitate towards partners who appreciate them as they are. And there's a great deal to appreciate about advocates. They're warm, caring, honest, and insightful, with an ability to see the truth that lies beneath surface appearances. People with this personality type create a depth to their relationships that can hardly be described in conventional terms because of their sensitivity and insight. Advocates can make their partners feel heard and understood in beautiful ways. Advocates aren't afraid to express their love and they feel it unconditionally. And god dang, why you sing in the middle of while I'm talking? One of the things advocates find most important is establish genuine deep connections with the people they care about. Advocates tend to recognize that love isn't a passive emotion, but rather an opportunity to grow and learn, and they expect their partners to share this mindset. As a result, relationships with advocates are not for the uncommitted or the shallow. You know, that voice tone actually suited that entire thing. And I'm using this tone because it's louder and because I am tired of listening to the music. And it's not even good music, by the way. It's just some guy speaking in the microphone. When it comes to intimacy, advocates can be incredibly passionate in ways that go beyond the physical. People with this personality type crave an emotional and even spiritual connection with their partner. They cherish not just the act of being in a relationship, but also what it means to become one with another person in mind, body, and soul. That tone really fit that for some reason.